Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello farmers, welcome back to Ravenport. Over here at the rail yard with our bredel full of lime. And yes, our bredel is now the color green. I kind of have a reason for this. Not just because green's my favorite color, but I think we're gonna, when I get enough cash, I'm gonna buy another bredel, his twin brother. I'm tired of emptying the lime out for fertilizer, and when you got that much, when it can hold 19,000 liters and you empty it, just puts crates everywhere. So I'm kind of thinking we buy a twin brother, sister, however you want to look at it. One will be for lime and the other one's for fertilizer. So limes are green, hence the green color. So I know this one's for lime. So when I pull up next to it, I'll be like, oh, the green one's lime and the other one will be fertilizer. I may paint that one or have it the color white when we get it. But these are probably like 70 grand for something like that. I think it's 70 grand for one of these. I am going to hire this guy on a worker because I want to grab the John Deere, bring that over and start planting in this field here. But always get the headland done. So if you also notice in the bottom right hand corner, I downloaded the mod for extension, vehicle extension fruit HUD mod. It basically kind of gives you a better update of what's in your equipment that you're driving per se. I'm just trying out because I'm trying to see if I like the extra extension, other than telling you how much left percentage you got left, what it can hold, and it does show you what you have. I'm trying out right now, and after about the first couple minutes, I'm like, it doesn't. It also tells you, like, you see, it says lime instead of just giving you the symbol. I wasn't really having a problem with the symbols. I got used to the symbols rather quickly. I know some people, I've seen some YouTube videos where people are like, I don't know what that symbol is. I've gotten used to the symbols rather quickly. But anyways, this guy's going to be liming the field, so I need to go back up here to the John Deere, which should be like right here. So now you can see, now we're in this vehicle, it shows that we got fertilizer and 72% seed. Fire up. We are folded up, I do believe. Yes, we are. So we're going to head on down to the rail yard field as well. I'm trying to figure out, I pausing there for a second. Just trying to think what I want to plant. We did sunflowers in those two fields. We just did canola. I think we'll go with soybean. Yeah, okay. First click, soybeans. That sounds good, doesn't it? Soybeans is always good. Yeah, if the price isn't right when we harvest it, we got our huge silo just to dump it into. And we get money that way afterwards. Wait for a good price. So we're pretty much where we left off last episode. No time is really advanced. Of course, I spent money to fully fill up our spreader. So that costs about 3 grand. But it's needed, and that should last for a while. Well, it's lime. It's going to last as long as it can. This field just needs lime, doesn't need to be plowed or anything like that. So we're going to head on up, get this headland done, and probably set this off on a worker as well. Because basically, while these guys are working, I need to clean up the farm a little bit. I got implements everywhere. It's kind of a mess. Now, I've been toying with the thought of our cotton field. Some people, a couple of people have left comments saying they're working those fields. They have no issues. Mostly they say, well, maybe restart your PC. My PC has been restarted a couple times since the incident happened. But I restarted again anyways just to see what happened. But of course, if it happened, we're not going to know until I work in the field once again. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on there. It could have been the cotton harvester when I thought I reset the header to 6 meters and it was still harvesting at 10. It could be something to do with that. So, like I said, I'm hoping after we harvest it again, and I'm just gonna plow the field, and hopefully that resets everything. We're gonna try that. So basically, I went back in the XML file for the cotton harvester and reset all the stats on that. So I don't, still don't know what caused the whole problem. It's probably that. I'm sure it's something I did, or I got a mod conflict somewhere, which wouldn't surprise me, but you never know. But today we're kind of giving out this fruit HUD mod a go and see how I like it. I may leave it. I mean, if you guys like it on there and you like to have me leave it on there, I can. Right now, I'm sort of leaning towards it doesn't really help me out that much. As much as I thought. I was hoping that the total would be more in my face. I wish like it has percentage and how much it can hold in yellow. I wish the total that is actually in the machine or in the implement was yellow as well. Being white kind of it's hard to read. But I mean, I can leave it on there. It doesn't take up that much more of the HUD area. As you know, about maybe 10 episodes ago, or maybe more than that, I decreased the size of the HUD just to give more room on the screen, if that makes sense. Alright, so you can go on a helper. Now I gotta find my truck. I have no idea where the man truck is. Oh, he's hooked up to the water. And I still got tons of water in this machine. Pigs. Water. Well, we're getting more pigs, so they're going to demand more water. The sheep don't need any water. They could use some grass and hay in a couple days, like we said. The chickens are mostly fine. These are the horses. We will give them straw once this field of wheat. I think it's wheat around here. Yeah, I'm going to say it's wheat. So we'll leave that tanker there for now. I got to head on down to the pig farm to get our trailer. I think the animal trailer can stay here for now. For the reasons of, I think the next thing we'll be doing is selling horses in about 5 days. Oh yeah, I have, after the last episode, while we're here, smooth out the land quite a bit. So there's no more hump here. It looks rather good there. I can't remember if I showed this at the end of last episode or not. So I'll go over it again. Smoothed it out here. I kind of stayed away from the field because I didn't want to ruin our crops. But I smoothed it out between the chicken farm or the chicken pen and the horses here as well. Took out, remember this huge hump here. It's come along. I'm getting more and more used to the landscaping tool. It's one of those things that I would recommend if you're going to use the landscaping tool a lot on your farm. Go on a test map and maybe spend a half hour and just fool around with it. Get really used to it. And then that way when you work on your farm, it's almost like second nature. But right now I'm heading on down to the pig farm. I think our trailer's down there. We got a lot of stuff to pick up. I'm going to do some of that already. I kind of picked up around the chicken farm already. I put the 14,000 grain trailer. I forgot the name of that trailer already, but put that back where it was. The loading wagon is back underneath the shed. So now it's down to the pig farm, get our other our trailer. Because I do believe the next thing will be ready will be the corn to cut into chaff. So I want to get that prepared up. And maybe we'll hop in the Massey Ferguson and we'll go around and clean up all the animals. Because the animals probably do need a good cleaning at this point. Kind of forgot that we had about 21,000 liters of canola still in our trailer down at the pigs. And this trailer needs a wash. There's our fertilizer from the spreader that I just dumped there because it seemed right. I don't know. But the only open spot I pretty much had. This does need a good wash. The plow needs to be put away. All these things. Things seem to be going along just quite well for us. Getting the farm all picked up. The fertilizer, yeah, this spreader. I think what we're going to do is we're going to take out the big X and probably put the spreader in here for now. where this guy's parked. Weird camera angle, but there we go. You can park right out here. So as we look into our garage, we got the Total Mix Rations mixer in here. It is now empty. I fed the cows what was in here. If you can remember the straw bale that's been down at the sheep farm forever, I went down there, loaded that in here, shredded up, and put that straw into the barn. Our plow is cleaned. Our slurry spreader is cleaned. And they're all fixed. I didn't fix the Total Mix Rations because, whatever. So yeah, now we're here with the Breedle. That field is all limed up. It almost took the entire the entire 19,000 liters. So I'm kind of glad that we got the big machine to do that field. And I can imagine without the modded one, I don't know how much slime that would take. Because this does, at what, 16 miles an hour, something like that? So let's back this up in here without trying to hit anything. As long as I take my time. This is one of those trailers that got the steering axle on the back of it, so it turns faster than what you think it should. And of course it doesn't help that I got the dualies on here as well. I know I'm making up my own excuses and my own problems. Now the one thing I was going to bring up, it doesn't make no sense, is so I had the narrow tires on the Case tractor. Did I drop? Thank you. Okay, thought I hit the X button. Yeah, so I have the narrow tires on there as I hit my weeder for some reason. Maybe if I zoom in, I can actually see where I'm going. But anyways, yeah, I had the narrow tires on the Case tractor, and I went to customize it to put the dualies on. And I thought, how about just putting the dualies on the rear? For some reason, I got to pay extra to put dualies on the rear, even though I already have the dualies, quote-unquote, in my inventory. So, like, to go from narrow tires to dualies on the front and rear, I don't have to pay nothing because I already paid for it. But to go from narrow tires to one set of regular tires in the front and there's dualies in the back, I got to pay another $3,000. I think it was like $3,000. And I was like, why? Oh, that's in good condition. I don't have to fix that. So I couldn't figure that out. I was like, why should I have to pay for tires that technically I already have? Now, like always, to put the weeder in here, I have to lower it because it won't quite fit in the garage when it's in the raised position. But when I take it out of here, it can be in the raised position. So our garage is getting full again, even though we got less equipment up here than we had before, but now we're putting more equipment in there. So now I need to turn this tractor off. But I put the dualies on there because the corn is something that's going to be harvested kind of soon. So our John Deere is going to town here. He's doing well. So these wheat, I think it's wheat fields. I keep saying wheat. Is it wheat? It sure is wheat. So yes, we got wheat here. This will be playing with oats when we harvest it next time. Yeah, we're not going to talk about this field here. Our grass field could use some fertilizer. I think our fertilizer spreader is there. How is our cornfield doing? It should be in the last growth stage, which it just hit. So we're going to actually hop on down here, not to the pallet fork, but to the Massey Ferguson. And the Massey Ferguson is now pretty much down to, well, cleanup duties and move up pallets around. So the sheep need food anyway, so we're down here to give them some food. Not much, but you know, that should help them out for a while. So now we're just kind of waiting for the corn to grow so we can cut that up in the chaff, and then I can start doing the wonderful half-hour, 45-minute job of compacting it. Now last time we did chaff, we didn't even get 1,000,000 liters, so I don't know what's going on there. We'll see what happens this time. But last time when we did the chaff, it was the corn was in the second harvest stage. Can I get the shovel? I've always had a hard time trying to see the shovel where it needs to be. Right about there is good. Should be good. Nope, still not low enough. That'll work. You need to go low enough to get all the food, but then again, if you go too low, well, you dig into the ground and things don't work out well. I wonder if the pigs will even take any food. Okay, I guess they will, because we just topped them off, so I wasn't sure if they would take anything. So I need to remind myself the status of the pigs. So yeah, their food is mostly good. Yeah, they're topped off on root crop and oil seed, which is sunflower, canola, or soybean. I would always say feed them canola. That's just my opinion. And we got some of this stuff in stock, obviously. Cleanliness, well, that'll change. We can get water, and of course straw is not a problem either. So now we're going to head on up to the cows, clean them out, then we'll head on down to the chickens, take care of them. We'll see how the John Deere is coming along, and go from there. So with the cows, after cleaning them up, even though we pretty much only fed them total mix rations, seems like the only thing they spill is silage. So instead of putting the silage back into the food trough, which they're not technically eating until they run out of total mix rations, we might as well take this over here and just sell it at the BGA. Yes, we're only going to get just shy of $200 for it, but, you know, it's fine. It's better than putting in the food trough and really not getting nothing for it. So on down to the chickens, we'll clean them up. And by then, I would assume the John Deere has got to be pretty close to finishing by the time I get done with that. So onward we go. As I arrive at the chickens, I just realized I'm out of pallets for the chicken eggs. So I may have to get some more of those at some point. And also I would like to get a bigger bucket. So this action can't be performed here. I believe it can. I was just too far over. So actually in the past few episodes, like handful of episodes, we've gotten another chicken pen. We've added the pigs and the horses. Not just our first set of horses, but our second. These crops are ready? That just changed. Alright. That's good. So we'll get our straw right away for these horses. So that's not going to affect... I don't know, by not giving them straw and having the horse trainer, so if they didn't have straw, does he doesn't train them a full 10% every day? Would it be like 90%? I have no idea. But the good news is this is ready to go. And our harvester is right down here. Our loading wagon's here. But we shall get to that in a while. But really, do I need to clean the chickens as often as I do? Probably not. But we definitely want the eggs. At some point, maybe we'll get another great demand for something that we have, although we're selling most of our stuff as soon as we harvest it. As long as the price is decent. And as I went by the rail yard, the John Deere probably had about another like 4 or 5 more passes, but they're short passes. So he should be getting done sometime soon. But for now, we're headed over to the workshop, and we're going to put the standard tires back on. Standard or wheel weights? I can't remember if I've already bought the wheel weights for this or not. Because we're going to grab that fertilizer spreader and head on over to our grass field and just make sure that's got the second stage of fertilization on it, so next time we harvest it, we can get what we can get. We'll repair this as well and customize it. Narrow tires. Wide tires and weights, $0, so it must be I've already done this. But let's make it look like a tractor once again. Ah, that looks so much better. Oh, I got plenty of fertilizer in there. Okay, I was like, how much fertilizer do I got in here? But pretty soon we'll probably be selling this one off and, like I said, buying its bigger brother. Only because I really don't care of how much it holds, because we don't go through that much fertilizer. But the spreading, the speed that it goes is the reason why I want to do it, which means it'll use less as well. The only thing is we can't use the narrow tires, but as long as you fertilize before the second growth stage, you're fine. In the first growth stage, you can go on the crop, so you're not going to harm them at all. But if you go past that, yeah, you got problems. So, and we're not really doing contracts anymore for fertilizing. So it's not like I'm going to accept the contract and go to the field and realize, uh-oh, I don't have narrow tires for this field. We're in trouble. So, yeah, I'm not doing probably... Mostly contracts I'm not going to do anymore. I know I said that before, but we're kind of getting to the stage that we really don't need to be doing contracts anymore. Our hands are pretty much full with what we're doing anyways. So this should not take too long, but yeah, when you get used to the other spreader and then you get into this one and you start going, it's like a turtle. Do-do, 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 do-do. I mean, it's not bad. It's still 8 miles an hour. But yeah, the other one does 16. So I'm going to fertilize this and then bring it back to the chicken farm. The combine harvester is there, so we'll probably get going on that so we can give the horses some straw. And it's also good to get some oats going, because, well, we're not out of oats, but, you know, I like to have some in storage. I don't like being low on something for animals. But let me finish up this field here, and I'll see ya in a flash. Made sure the straw swath was set on, harvesting our wheat so we can give some straw to the horses. And when I started this, I kind of had a quick flashback to like episode 1 of Ravenport, to where, yeah, if I remember, when we started the series, started Farming Simulator 19, really, we bought these 3 fields here, and I think 2 of them we couldn't even harvest because one was corn and the other one was sugar beet. And I think the only one we could harvest was canola, I think. So I was having a flashback of, you know, I think we used the case tractor and that 4-spaded plow. We merged these fields together. Ah, yes, I'm glad I'm not. And the bison harvester, a really good harvester, but you know, I don't want to say nothing because you know, new maps are coming out, and once one really catches my eye, I do have my eye on a couple. When we start that series, I could be back into the bison harvester once again. So, yeah. Never know. Like I said, there are a few maps I've been having my eye on. So we'll see how it goes. The one that I really want to take a look at, I don't know how, if I would play it, but it's Midwest Horizons. I had my eye on a little bit. It's a 4 times map, which means it's twice the size of like Ravenport and Felsburn. Those are what they call 2 times maps. And I'm also thinking about maybe going hard mode on that. But, let me say but, we'll be getting money from like this farm. So what we do is we could sell everything on this farm, and we just take the money that we have on this farm, and when we go to the new map, we might play on hard mode and just take all of our money and is that called Farm Expert? This is Farm Manager that we're playing on. I forgot what the three startups are when you start a map. Basically easy mode, normal mode, and hard mode. We're on normal mode, which is, I think, Farm Manager. I think easy mode is like working hand or something. I have no idea. I'm probably just making myself look more stupid than I already am. But we might play in hard mode, so where we get you know, I may just even like zero out the money that you do start off with, which I don't think is much on hard mode. Basically, when we start the map, we'll just have the money, whatever money we end up on this map here. That's the money we'll probably start off on the new map, and we'll play on the hardest mode. So, I mean, yeah, we'll have money to buy stuff, so we may not, we won't start off with like a bison harvester in one field and all that kind of stuff. But the economy is going to be difficult. I kind of want to play on that. Part of me does want to start off a map with like no money and play on hard mode. So basically the only things I could do would be to take contracts right off and just do contracts and lease the equipment. And then work my way to just start buying equipment. No sense of buying a field if you don't have equipment, right? So, but I don't know how that series would progress. It'd be like a slow progression. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are on that. If you'd like to see, if you wouldn't mind seeing like a slow progression map, but I mean, some people when they play farming just want to see, you know, like keep buying stuff. Which, you know, I'll admit, even in this, anytime I play farming sim, you always say, I just want to buy one more thing. Then you buy that thing. It's like, you know what else would be nice? If we had this tractor, or if I had that implement, or you know what, I'll just buy that field. You know what, we will do sugar beets, and I don't know if it ever ends. But I have been on that point before, like on Rattlesnake Valley, which is the map I was playing on before I started making YouTube videos. Yeah, I had all the big stuff and I think just about all the fields. And I was thinking to myself, yep, that's when you pretty much like, time to find a new map and just start over. Because I think I had like 4 New Holland Harvesters, the CR1090s. I think I had 4 trailers that could all hold 200,000 liters of grain. Those fields were big. I think I had 4 case quads running around cultivating and plowing. That's right, I can't cut across. Ooh, yeah, I just realized I used to cut across there. Alright, I know how to do this now because it kind of was an issue the way I used to do the field ever since I put down this chicken coop, chicken pen, whatever you want to call it. The workers, because I used to start at the top, and when they got down here, there wasn't much left, so the headers would get caught on the chicken fence. So now what I can do is I can just start on this road here, work my way over to the other edge of the field, and then do the headland by the woods up to the top, and then do what I normally do. And maybe I need to level out the land in here before I reseed this field. But every still once in a while, I just remembered I gotta check the field before I reseed it to make sure it doesn't need anything. I still have a habit once in a while of just harvesting and like, okay, reseed. And then it's like afterwards, like, oh, it needed to be plowed or it needs lime. Actually, while we're at it, wrong page. Looks like we need lime down here as well. Since the John Deere finished his job at the rail yard field, I figured, well, I need the seed down here and him down here. And then once I thought the John Deere was down here, I was like, well, I don't need the man truck to haul this around. The John Deere should be able to handle it, which we've used before. So here we are, pick up the straw. And now the horses will be happy that they have straw. We'll top them both off. Yes, this little one down here. And there they go. Wow, they don't take that much, do they? I may actually not try to sell any straw because I think the pigs could probably use some. I did speed up time just a little bit. Got up to 15 times, so yeah, we'll be getting some more pigs again, which means they'll need more straw as well. We can see our combine has finished his job with the wheat. I wonder how much price of straw is going for, but really I think when I get a full trailer, we'll go top off the pigs, and then I think the barn could store some more. You know, when I plowed this field and made it bigger, I did not realize how steep this hill actually was. Everything struggles in this corner. That's why usually I start at the top, work my way down, most of the time. But now our horses, both pens, are full with straw, so they should be happy. And actually, I could top off the cows as well when I bring this on over. But I do believe the next step I'm going to do after we top off the sheep and cows... I just said sheep again. Every time I think of the pigs, I think of the sheep. Because for a long time I kept saying in my brain, I need to put the pigs down by the sheep. So every time now I want to say pigs, I'm saying sheep like an idiot. Anyways, I'm headed down towards the sheep. Headed down towards the pigs and the cows. We'll top them off with straw, and then we'll top off the barn. And then maybe, I think we may come back here, finish cleaning up this field here, get the combine emptied, parking it aside, and then to end the episode, I'm actually going to start cutting the chaff, a la the cornfield. And that way in between episodes I can compact the chaff once again, because that takes a while and it's not fun to make a video of me just driving back and forth compacting chaff into silage, or just compacting chaff to cover it. Anywho, I'll meet you at the cows, and then the pigs, and then the barn. Hello ladies, would you like some straw? I don't know how much you're going to take. Okay, that was more than I actually thought you would take. So, yeah, our corn should be more than ready to harvest into chaff. I'm just hoping that this time, since I'm doing it again before it's ready to harvest, that we get our 1,064,000 liters. Yeah, if I end up with below 1 million liters again, I'm not sure what's going on there, but we'll see. Well, you'll see at the beginning of the next episode. I'll find out in between episodes. Alright, piggies. Isn't this where your straw is deposited? Okay, just wasn't far enough in the trigger, I guess. That looked like they took a lot, but not really. Anyways, another hour 45. So straw right now they take 13,200 liters. But every time this number goes up, these numbers go up. But it's all good. That means we get to put some in storage. Oh, that's what I was going to check. Yeah, go back in here. Storage. How much do I have? Yeah, so I can put another 100,000 liters of straw in there. But I think we'll just put this in. And I think the other straw that we collect, we'll probably just sell that. Because as you can see, I'm below $2,000. I could use some cash. So I'm going to go put this in storage into the barn. And then I'm going to head back to the chicken farm. And clean up our harvester, clean up the field, and then yeah, we'll end the episode by starting to do this wonderful little cornfield here, so we can get some silage going. So, and well, about 24 hours or so, maybe we can sell some silage and get some cash. Picking up the rest of the straw, I just saw the price at the barn, and the price, as a term I use, it sucks. It's like $65. So since, you know, it never rains here at Ravenport, I think we can leave it right into the loading wagon and just wait for a good price. I really don't need a loading wagon for a while because we just cut the grass and we just got our straw. So we don't need it for a while. I did check on the chickens as well. The chickens are pretty much set on their food for now. Even though that pen just got put down a while ago and they're reproducing and they kind of would need more and more, they are pretty well set for a while. So, nope, wrong button. Unfold first, then put down, then detach. Get the combine out of the way, and all this grain is going to go right into storage. And yes, I do realize the combine needs to be kind of repaired, and we're getting a little bit low on fuel as well. So the next kind of procedure for the combine, don't hit the pipe on the water tank. Yeah, you saw nothing. So when I head back up to the BGA to park this thing, we're going to go by the gas station. I can gas up there, or I can just gas up at the BGA, however I feel like it. And then I can repair it back at the BGA as well, if I remember to do so. But I'm going to do it right after I finish recording this episode, I do believe. Or I could bring it up when I go up to the BGA to start cutting out the chaff. I could do that so that way I know. So that needs to go here, and that needs to... It's interesting, you can't fold up the combine until the pipe is in now. I think in 17 you could fold up the combine as the pipe was coming in. I think they changed that. And yeah, and as for our egg pallets, yeah, we'll figure something out right now. The highest price for eggs right now is actually going up. Last time I checked, it was like at 3,100. And actually, with the speed going the way it is, what's the price of... I mean, it's been a while since I checked. Oh, so it pretty much stopped when I looked at it. So it's 3,182. That one's going up. I'm looking for like mid 3,000s. One time we had a great demand. It was 4,000. Because I am playing on the medium mode. So I do realize, like, if you're playing on easy mode, I think people are getting like 6,000. So it depends on what mode you're playing on. The price is going to be different. I do like the fact that Giants took consideration that people may want to start the game differently. Like on easy mode, you get fields, you get tractors, and you get a good amount... Well, I don't say a good amount of money, but in farming... Well, it's a good amount of money. Then medium difficulty, you get less equipment and no fields, I think. And then I think on hard difficulty, you don't get nothing, and you get like $250,000, I think. But then you can change the economy settings to easy, medium, or hard. So we ended up with, I mean, would it be better if I just put that in storage? Do I have room for all that? No, I don't have room for all that. So, yeah, I think we'll just hold on to the straw, and maybe in a while the price will go up, and then I'll sell it. Because at the end of last episode, you know, we paid off some of the loan. I said, I'm going to leave myself $10,000, and here we are down to 2. I mean, I did buy lime. I've been repairing things as I go along, putting things away, paying for laborers. So, actually, we're doing pretty well. Only spending $8,000 so far. And once again, in farming terms, $8,000 is like couch money. So, I'm going to drive this back up to the BGA. On the way, we're going to... I think I'll just fill it up, and I just hit the microphone, so that I think we'll fill it up at the BGA actually and repair it, because the fuel station and the repair station are right next to one another. So I'll meet you up there, then we'll start doing some chaff for a little bit and wrap up the episode. So yeah, give me just a momento. All right, we'll make sure we fill up with gas, or excuse me, diesel first, because if you have no money, you can't fuel up. But if you have no money, you can still repair things, which is kind of weird. This may take most of our cash here, because the combine does take quite a bit of fuel. And we wait, and we wait. Yeah, so it's going to take about $1,000 to fuel this thing up. think I'll slow down the times to about 1, because I don't want to leave it on 15, because then that is, in a while, in about 3 hours, well, at times 15, it would be like a half an hour. It'll be dark, and I'll be doing that corn in the dark. So we're down to $890, and you can say goodbye to that money in a second, because this combine is definitely going to take almost $2,000 to repair. Am I stuck? Almost. Repair. Actually, it's going to take $2,400. And I almost did that where, you know, you think that you just got to have to hit OK. It's actually sell. I know some people have, I have heard people doing that. Oh no, am I stuck? No, not turn off. Yeah, looks like I'm stuck. This may take a second. Spending money rapidly is what I'm doing. We're now about $2,200 in the hole. Had to repair the header. The header was, I checked in the stat page, the header was at 0%, so it was like $700 to repair that. So yeah, we had $2,000 before we started. Filled the combine up with fuel, repaired that, repaired the header, and now I'm $2,200 in the hole. And I'm about to go further in the hole because I'm going to hire a worker to start doing the chaff. But we need this, you know, if everything works out well, this could be $350,000 sitting in here. Except I just have to sell it at the barn. That's about the only thing. The only thing. This is in decent condition. Plenty of fuel. Looking at the keyboard, not where I watch where I'm going, so hopefully I didn't go into any crops there. Turn this guy around. And we begin the process of making chaff. I can actually harvest this field and dump it all at the BGA faster than I can compact it and start making, so it's fermenting is what I want to say. And also I was hoping at the end of the episode to buy the other breed. So while that's going for a second, how much is that going to cost us? The modded one right here. I just want the standard one, so it's $60,000, which is not bad. But what I want to do is I want to reverse the colors. Is that white? That does not look like it's white. Is it because of the shadows? Oh, it says chrome. There we go. That's white. White for fertilizer and green tires. The other one is green tires with white rims. Oh yeah, spreading disc. So that's going to cost me $66,000. So we may have that at the beginning of next episode. The reason being is because we have just seeded a lot of fields, and a lot of these fields do need to be fertilized. So after I get done compacting and skip through the night, oh yeah, I'm going to go through a lot of money. Cause we all know weeds are going to be in almost every field, and I got to fertilize. So I may have to dip into the loan, into the bank account, and borrow some cash. The bank's going to be alright with it because we have paid off like $1 million the past week and a half or so. So in between episodes, I'll be finishing up this field here, compacting all this beautiful chaff to ferment, like I said. And then when I skip through the night, I'm sure the weeds are going to show up. And also in that time in the morning, there'll be time to fertilize all the fields. I'm trying to get the fields to where they're not. It seemed like in this sequence, the fields were all ready at the same time. That's one thing I did do like about seasons. Yes, the fields are pretty much already at the same time, but it's not every 2 days. And I got the growth mode on slow, and it's still every 2 days. But I will get some money for selling the other. Actually, where we can probably do that, we'll see how much money I get for doing this. It's actually right there. So we should be able to sell it from here. So yeah, probably at the beginning of next episode, you'll see another, what you just saw me, I was going to buy. Or am going to buy. So we're going to dump this out. I'm not going to get the extension because I don't need to be carrying around that much fertilizer. Let me come down here because it's probably going to dump it, not dump it, but do all that. So let's go ahead and sell this right now. I'm going to have to repair it first. So that way I'll just have one trailer for lime, one for fertilizer, and I don't have to keep doing what I just did. And actually we'll park the Massey Ferguson over here for now. I wonder how much I'll get for this. So 15 is not bad. So that'll give me some cash to get to the night. But like I said, I'll have to borrow some money to get the fertilizer so we can fertilize. Of course, these fields here will need it. And these fields here are not sown yet. And this probably won't need it yet either. Better hop back into the truck. Because that's going to be ready to be full. And it's already telling me 80%. So he's probably going to stop before I can get there to unload him because he does fill up kind of quickly. Yep. So I have to make sure I come back and get the corn that he's going to miss because he harvests so fast. Oh, he doesn't miss that much. He'll be fine. So here's 90,000 liters to start. Hopefully there's another almost 1,000,000 liters to go. Which means like another 11, 12 trips somewhere in that vicinity. Right here is good. And make sure I pile it up as high as I can, because like I said, we do have 1,000,000 liters hopefully to put in here. Yep, he's almost full again because I didn't quite get the chance to empty him out. Usually it's when I hire him and I do this, of course I do this a lot of this off camera because it seems like I've been doing it quite a bit. Usually by the time I empty him out and get my trailer empty to the BGA and come back, he's usually around 80 percentile. But I had to go sell that fertilizer spreader just to see how much cash we can get for it. So I mean, yeah, we did get 15 grand for it, but I think we only, I don't want to say only spent, it was like 38 grand we paid for it. We used that thing a lot. So I had a lot of wear and tear on it. But we're going to finish chaffing this field off cam in between episodes. I'm going to compact it like I said. Skip the night, or not skip the night, but yeah, flat. I don't really work it through the night unless I have to, like weeding or something like that. But I'll probably weed and maybe fertilize before the next episode. And yeah, we'll see what happens from there. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you next time in Ravenport. But until then, have a good one.